You know, I think it'll be easier to set up connections out away from all this. Ah, yes. We haven't talked about it, have we? So, Friday night on stream, I was surprised the roommate hadn't come home yet and said, well, maybe he's gone back to Connecticut for the weekend. Quart! Good to see you, dude. Nice to see you here. I'm glad to have you back. Well, I got a text from the roommate on Saturday telling me that he did indeed go back to Connecticut. However, he kind of dozed off while driving on Friday night, hit an icy patch, flipped over a guardrail, totaled his car, and waited around for hours for a ride to come get him, then had to pay $500 for a taxi to get home, and refused to go to the hospital. You know, all that fun stuff. Oh, look, the Autobot is not working. Thank you, Twig. So he's been trying to figure out, without a car, how to get back and forth to work for the next week, because he's only got 1 week left before the end of the year, and then he's supposed to be back in January. My roommate. Yeah. I've been renting to a traveling nurse. And so things have kind of fallen apart for him. And he's supposed to be going in. I thought he said his ride was bringing him up tonight, which might be to just get his stuff. I don't know. Because he may have to go to a hotel where he can walk to work for the rest of the week. So I feel bad. But there also ain't going to be anything I can do, so... Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start awesome syncing everything still on the conveyor belts. Yeah, it was an insane thing to hear in the first place. And then it turns out he's got a breathalyzer lock on his car, so he can't rent a car. Yeah, all sorts of information came out that I didn't know, and it doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't matter, but, you know. It's just one of those little things. Oh, stop that. Ah, good call, Twig. Okay, let's do some splitters. Come on. The medical field is indeed full of interesting characters, yes. However, I did talk with the receptionist at the place where my mom is, which is where my roommate works. And apparently the head of their physical therapy department is thrilled to hear about me renting to people. And we'll be probably having the next few people call me for a place to stay, which is great. But I may end up with 2 more roommates from the sounds of it. Depends on how things go. Alright, now I should be able to copy that. What's going on? There we go. Yeah, that's been part of the weekend is all the, what the roommate's going to do. He was going to have a friend come up and stay with him for the week. The friend was going to drive him back and forth to work. I was like, that seems odd and a hell of a nice friend. And the friend told him this morning that he can't do that. So that put him in a bind. Now he's trying to figure out whether or not he can afford a taxi back and forth every day or if he's going to have to go get a hotel room. Like, I feel bad, but at the same time, he probably shouldn't have been driving because he was tired. Needs to buy. Yeah, that don't work so good around here. Nothing on there, so we can do that. Wow, the lag. There we go. And this is dumping all this stuff out, so it'll take a little while. Let's go ahead and get the upper layers done. There's a lot less blueprints in this build than there was in the others. This is where I started doing a lot of blueprinting. Oh yeah, I should probably finish this job. Okay. Oop. I don't need the concrete. Alright, so we're gonna go highlight as much of this as I can. the filter on, so I can't accidentally highlight stuff I don't want to delete yet. No, he is, to my knowledge, completely sober. But he's been having sleep issues, Court. He basically fell asleep at the wheel, is what happened. He doesn't sleep very well most nights. Like, he'll be up till 2, 3 in the morning. Then he'll be up again, and a couple hours later. And then he'll sleep until, like, 10 or 11 when he's supposed to be at work by 9:30 or 10. So... And he's acknowledged that he seems to have a sleep issue and he's got to go get it looked at. But, yeah, I didn't know anything about the breathalyzer lock until he mentioned it in a text. And he kept no alcohol here, so... And the nice thing about the traveling nurse stuff is the facilities that hire them vet them ahead of time and do background checks. So if they've already got a job, they've been checked out for anything that could be, considered dangerous. So it's kind of a win-win for me. I don't have to do background checks. I think it's a bit more of a serious problem than that. I think he's just working himself to death. Because basically he's been coming home and sits right down and does paperwork. The problem is when he starts doing paperwork, he passes out. So we'll see what happens with the roommate situation over the next few weeks. Because they got to have someone coming in to replace him. And they will most likely need a place to stay. So my name was at the top of the list to recommend. Which is awesome. Because if I can get 2 or 3 people in here, oh, I'd be paying my mortgage payment that way. It'd make life really nice. Let me pay off the kitchen faster. Consider getting a new car. That'd be a lovely thing for me. Yeah, see, none of this is... Ugh. There we go. This is going to be much harder to delete than the other facility. You'll come move in with me? Okay. $750 a month. You get the. I'll give you the basement. You have your own bathroom, bedroom, and living area. It's a good deal. I could probably get a lot more, but... And actually for the basement. Oh yeah, sure. As long as you're chipping in for groceries. I think we'll just kind of go around and delete all these signs right now. Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to, Court. There's really nothing out here. Like, for things to do, there's really nothing going on. Yeah, we'll get back there eventually. I'm just really enjoying the hell out of Satisfactory, so I want to get all this built right and then get back to our solo world. That and February, One Shot Season 8. So we'll definitely be back then. Sadly, that means that because it's in February, that means it's a shorter season by a couple of days, but... Oh well. There we go. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. We're gonna be doing that too, but that doesn't launch until January. But we don't have a specific date on that yet. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing the Valhalla SMP with Lena, and it's a Vault Hunters server where they have an absolutely ton of mods. Kind of, Ferrum. You craft crystals that unlock a special portal that take you to an instanced map. And that map will be kind of like a trial chamber where there'll be spawners and all sorts of loot to get. And you have only a certain amount of time to clear it. And if you don't exit before the time runs out, you die. And you lose everything. But they have like special vault gear that gives different stats and enchantments. So you don't use the standard enchantments and stuff. But yeah, when I kind of... So Lena showed it to me. Gave me an hour or two. We ran through a vault. She gave me some, gave me the base equipment. Let me level it up a little bit. And it's fairly straightforward, but there were so many mods going on that it was overwhelming. So what they're doing is they're wiping the server and starting fresh for season 3. But I guess anyone who's been there gets to keep their base, just the structure of it. So they're keeping the same seed. Which again, the vaults are all instanced, so it doesn't matter. But they're keeping the seed. So it'll be interesting to see, like, one of the mods they're using is Create. So there's all sorts of storage mods and other stuff built into this thing that'll be very interesting to play with. But it was overwhelming. So what I think I might do is not play at all until the new season launches, and then just kind of learn as everybody's building / rebuilding, and kind of absorb things that way step by step, instead of it all just being all over the place and already there, you know? Oh yeah, I already know. Like I said, the create mod is one of them. I don't know all the exact names of the mods right now. I just know that one was in there. There's a few storage mods. There's a few different... There's a ton of mods. There we go. And boom. Where am I at here? Okay, there's that. There's gotta be an AI thing that can look up what each mod does and give you a synopsis of the pack. Well, it's there. That's the interesting part about it is you actually have to level up and unlock the mods to gain access to them. So you have to research essentially to be able to gain access to the various mods. So it's actually kind of neat that way. It's not just all there, which is why I would say, you know, I'm going to be kind of learning as people are setting everything up. Yeah, in fact, that's how they undo the unlocking. It's all part of the achievement screens in Minecraft. So yeah, it's all very complicated, very interesting, and I don't know how much I'm going to play, but I am going to play it some. Because it looked like it'd be fun to try. And I like hanging out with Lena. And there's a lot of folks on the Vault Hunter server that you all know. Whether you know it or not. A lot of one-shotters are already on there. And, you know, there's a lot of other folks out there that I haven't had a chance to really meet or play with. So I look forward to that. Being able to get exposed to more new people is always a good thing. I always say I never expose myself enough, and, well, now we're gonna... So yeah, like I said, it was just because Lena already had everything all built. There wasn't any real organization to her setup. It was like, it was well overwhelming walking into her base and trying to figure out what the hell everything did. Because there's a ton of like new crafting tables and stuff, and I was like, huh? And she's like, oh, well, this table does this, 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 and this. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell is that, and that in the first place? I don't even know. So, yeah, it's like, I need to learn. And I think the best way for me to do that is to dive in at restart and run through it as time goes on. Wow. I have maxed out my storage for power shards at 500. I have 25 overflowing into my regular inventory. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, it looks like it should be fun. Apparently CCI is also enabled on the server. I don't think anyone was really using it, she said, but it is available. And what they want to do is they want CCI to be modified so that if an event happens for one person, it happens for everybody. and then have a standard set of events for all the streamers to have on their channels. Which is not a bad idea. So, but I don't know where all that's going to go, if that's going to be available anytime. Content creator integration, Twitch chat being able to cause things to happen in game. I used to run it on the channel here all the time. And it's fun, I like it. But it just got to be so tedious to keep up with every update. So, and I'm sure there are folks that play on the server that some people aren't going to like. And then there's going to be others that people are going to be like, oh my god, that's awesome. But there's a lot of names I know, a lot of streams I've lurked in, and now I might actually get to hang out with them. There we go. Next one is a global goal reached where X achieved on Twitch. Everyone gets an unlock. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? Was donos not bits, except they had some tiers that were creative specific, others that were. Yeah, there's so many different things like that now. It's hard to say. Because there's two different ones specifically for Minecraft that I know of that I've used, which was Twitch integration and CCI. But then there's also that, the hell's it called? I downloaded it at one point. I'm going to use it and I just never got around to setting it up. Crap, what was it called? Well, now I don't remember. Anyway, it's a software that does that sort of thing, but for a variety of different games. Crowd control. Thank you, Twig. That's exactly what I was trying to remember. Because crowd control has integrations for RimWorld, No Man's Sky, Minecraft. Like, I mean, one piece of software for all the games I basically do. That would be awesome. I just haven't gotten around to playing with it and figuring it out. And I think there's cost to it, too. Yeah, 7 Days to Die, Skyrim, The Sims. It's used for, it works in a lot of games. It's actually quite impressive. There's a lot of like NES games and stuff that are used for it too, used with it too, which is crazy. I gotta admit, I'm kind of itching to go back to Conan too. I don't think I'd do another server though. I think I would just play single player. I'd like to do a server, but if I did, I'd want a bunch of people playing, so that we could do group stuff together. But you know, finding people to play with is about like dating. It's damn near impossible. And I don't know why. Something about me they just don't like. I don't know if it's the villainy or the fact that I, murder their cats. I don't know. I don't actually murder their cats. I just replace their cats with stuffed animals and then stab the stuffed animal. The cat, meanwhile, is at a nice day spa, having a good time and, not caring one bit about their owner. Because cat. So I've also been watching a ton of anime. Now that I've discovered High Dive, I've been watching the hell out of that. All right. All right, this is coming along. Oh, hold on.